I'm going to go over today copying content from outside sources and pasting into NewPanda. This is more of a discussion really than a step-by-step how-to, although there are instructions here that you can see on how you need to proceed through this operation, okay? Um, no matter what type of message that you're creating in NewPanda, whether it's an email message using our customize a template or our create your own with the open palette, the HTML um, designer, even with your real estate edition e-newsletter personal articles, this um, tutorial applies to every single kind of message that you can create and send through NewPanda. Okay, what we see is a really common occurrence is that our users will find content online or in a Microsoft Word document, an Excel document, a publisher document, et cetera, that would be perfect to email to their contact database. And so the ideal situation would be to just go to that source, copy the content that you want, and plop it into NewPanda, and off you go. But unfortunately, technology is not quite so simple anymore. So what happens is, for example, when you go to a website and you find content that would be great and perfect for an email to your contact database, such as this, um, and you think, wow, this is great. I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it into NewPanda and I'm going to send it. Well, there's a couple of really huge problems that happen when you do this, okay? The first thing is that what you don't see is this content in particular was designed for the internet. There's coding behind it, HTML coding, that tells, basically specifies how this web page is going to work. All the hyperlinks on it, where the pictures are going to live, how the pictures are justified, how the font looks, how the font is justified, what happens when the web browser does certain actions on the web page. Now, what you've done that you didn't even know is you copied this code, okay, and you've pasted that into NewPanda. Well, what's the problem with that? The problem is that NewPanda is designed for email, and email code is not the same as internet code. It's not the same as Microsoft Word code or Excel code or Publisher code. It is very different. And what happens is, number one, um, code that is designed for anything but email is unpredictable when you email it. So what it looks like here in your design a message, it may not look like when it reaches the recipient. Okay, your images may be missing, your formatting may be gone, your hyperlinks might not work the way that they're supposed to. Okay. The second thing, which is really even a bigger issue, is that when you send that email out to your Yahoo and Comcast and Gmail and AOL and all your email recipients, each one of their email service providers scan incoming messages. And what they look at is the HTML code. And remember, we just copied HTML code from a website and we just emailed it. And that is a huge danger signal to the email service providers. Why? Because this is exactly what spammers do. They use code that is not clean, that is not designed for email, and they send unwanted messages to people. And so this is considered super spammy. Now, every message that you send um, and every bit of unclean code that you use, your email service providers assign points to your messages, and points are bad. Okay, so the more spammy your message looks, the more points you get. And what happens is there's different thresholds. If you get a certain number of points, and by the way, their point systems are arbitrary and they change often. So there's no way to get around it, because what their point system means this week is going to be different next week, and it's to stop you from figuring it out and getting around it. Okay, so at the first spam threshold, your message goes to your recipient's spam or junk folder if you reach X amount of points, whatever they say their point limit is today. All right, if you reach the next threshold, the message doesn't even go to their spam folder. They just dump it. They never deliver it, and you don't know it. And then the final threshold is you get blocked. And what happens when you get blocked? NewPanda gets blocked because you're using our servers to send your messages. And what happens when NewPanda gets blocked? Our other users get blocked and their messages can't be sent even if they're clean. So we have a very big problem when you use code that is offensive to the email service providers. And for that reason, we strongly caution you, do not copy from other sources. Again, an internet source, a Word, Excel, publisher document, anything like that, and paste it straight into NewPanda. It causes major problems. You're going to be, your message probably won't get delivered anyway, at the very, very least. If it does, you may be embarrassed by, what it looks like when it gets there, or you may be hearing from us saying, hey, we had a problem. Comcast has temporarily shut us down, and we've got other users complaining. Okay, so how do we handle that? Very simple. We go onto the whatever source it is, Microsoft Word or an internet page or wherever. We find the copy and the content that we want to use. We copy it, we open a notepad or a similar document, and we just paste our content there. Now what you'll notice is it looks quite a little bit different here. Well, that is because when you paste it into a notepad type document, it tosses everything except for the text. There's no pictures, there's no HTML formatting behind it for all the ways the website or the Word document is supposed to function. It is straight copy. Okay, so now that we've pasted our content here, we're going to reselect it. Very important. Unselect it, reselect it, and then you can come on into NewPanda and you can paste your copy here into your editing tools, and then you can use the editing tools that are available to you through NewPanda, and are very flexible, and there's just a huge amount of customizing that you can do with the NewPanda editing tools. You can make your messages look absolutely gorgeous in NewPanda. That is not a problem, okay? The problem comes if you try to copy from another source and paste it into NewPanda and then email it to your client.